Welcome, everyone, to our webinar this afternoon, 3 shifts for subscription businesses to unlock growth. We're thrilled to have you all join us today. As you can see from this image of a NASA rocket taking off on our slide here, and I'll point out it's a NASA rocket, not a SpaceX slide. We're not expecting a big fiery explosion at the end here. Our goal today is we want to ignite the potential of your subscription business and propel it towards unprecedented growth. Just like a rocket launch, accelerating growth in your business requires a strong foundation, expert engineering, and the right fuel to reach new heights. So in the next 30 minutes, we're going to introduce ourselves and our panelists, and we'll share our expertise and insights on how to supercharge your subscription business. So strap in, get ready to blast off towards unlocking new growth opportunities for your business. So let's launch into the webinar and embark on this journey together. So we'll start off with introductions. My name is Brandon Savage. I am the head of solution enablement at Vosic AI. I've spent over 2 decades in industry as an executive over operations, customer experience, and focusing on strategic growth within companies by leveraging operations and technology. I've been with Vosic AI for going on 5 years now. I'll turn the time over to Vasu to introduce himself.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. My name is Vasu Akula. I'm one of the 2 co-founders of the business and also lead the data science team. I bring about 25 years of customer analytics experience. And in this particular webinar, I will talk about how the command center operators or our business champions can steer the rocket launch in a few minutes. Doug?
Yes, good day, everyone. My name is Doug Shapiro. I've been in the customer relationship management business for over 35 years. And Vasu and I met while we were at Nice Systems some 12 years ago. And we were our joint account and company we were helping solve many problems at that time was ADT. And in that moment, we had recognized an opportunity to help ADT build a solution and help them with customer churn. And that was the opportunity that started the company. I'd like to think I'm the number 2 employee here behind Vasu on building this fantastic, exciting company and technology. And we're happy to share our vision and our success with you today.
All right, so we have our passengers and we're ready to go to the next step. All systems go. So here at Vosic AI, it's our mission to help business leaders from recurring revenue industries like yours to be able to unlock untapped growth. Our experience shows that how companies approach customer analytics has a huge bearing on how the company grows. A McKinsey survey underlines this finding. It reveals that how and how much customer analytics can improve profits and growth. Across all key drivers of growth, such as customer retention, loyalty, satisfaction, customer revenue through sales to existing customers, and even customer profitability, companies that adopt and use analytics perform significantly better than those that don't. So for example, the difference can be up to 6.5 times difference on customer retention, 7.5 times difference on sales to existing customers, and a whopping 18.8 times when you look at customer profitability. From our experience, we know that the success on customer analytics boils down to one key differentiator. We've seen that high performers on these key growth metrics are focused on generating intelligence that is capable of driving targeted and proactive actions for individual customers. One of our customers, a leading home security and automation company, wanted to improve customer revenue while simultaneously decreasing their service costs. We helped them in implementing AI-powered customer analytics, which answered critical questions for each customer. Questions such as, is this customer happy? Is this customer at risk? Is this customer over here from a competitive geography? What would be the best offer for this specific customer over here? What's driving risk for this customer over here? And so on. This type of granular understanding of their customer base helped this company to revamp their customer retention program and ultimately delivered more than $100 million in customer lifetime value. We'll touch a bit on this case study a little bit towards the end of this webinar. So to start off, let me hand over to Vasu, who will talk about the 3 shifts that can unlock hidden growth opportunities for recurring revenue businesses. Vasu.
All right. Thank you, Brandon. As we saw from the McKinsey study, doing customer analytics the right way has tremendous upside, especially for recurring revenue businesses from industries like home security, home services, or even retail energy providers whose customers can switch these days, right? But how does this right way of doing customer analytics look like in a real life scenario? So on this screen, we are looking at the command center, and our business champion is typically the leader of this command center. They are chief operating officers, chief marketing officers, chief financial officers, etc. Right? I'll specifically highlight the 3 shifts, or in a rocket launch scenario that Brandon talked about, when we can cheer and celebrate after successfully completing each stage and actually highlight the importance of each of those stages. By the way, everyone is talking about EVs and rockets these days. So kudos to our marketing team for building this deck using a rocket launch theme. I thought it's well done. It's a bit more fun and easy to translate these stages this way. So loving this one. Everything we are going to be talking about are our best practices. We gathered these best practices after implementing AI-driven growth for businesses using existing customers. Right? As the cost of capital to acquire new customers is increasing with higher interest rates, the idea of growing using existing customers is even more relevant these days. So I hope everyone leaves with good ideas that are actionable right away. Let's go to the next slide. So what we are seeing here is the first shift, which is automatically classifying customers into microsegments using multiple predictive models. I'll unpack this one for everyone. The hardest challenge for any business is to understand their individual customers as accurately as possible and then drive large-scale actions which are both personalized and automated. Over the years, we have seen that most businesses are actually not using predictive models for lifecycle management, or when they use predictive models, they're typically using one model to predict, let's say, who's going to upgrade, or let's say who's going to refer a customer, so on and so forth. So the first shift we are talking about here is going from a single predictive model into multiple predictive models in order to deliver highly actionable predictions for every single customer, right? These predictions can then be used to automatically place every customer into what we call customer microsegments, which is defined on the basis of customer lifetime value and then the target use case. So in practice, it looks like this. Let's say you have 1 million customers, then AI will automatically classify them into who's the right target for upgrades, who's the right target for retention, and who's the right target for, let's say, price change, and so on and so forth, right? This is a key concept. Customer microsegmentation forms the basis for personalized and large-scale actions because every customer technically has a target now, right? Multiple models also make the AI explainable compared to the traditional black box. This customer is ready for upgrade. I don't know why. Instead of talking like that, we can clearly explain this is a happy customer, keeps on buying, let's upgrade, let's add this, let's change the price, so on and so forth. This is where all the multiple predictive models and microsegmentation comes into the place, right? So we just talked about the first shift. This is where we can cheer and look forward to the next stage, right? So let's go to the second stage, Brandon. At this time, we have multiple predictive models. We understand the microsegments, so on and so forth. The second shift is identifying profitable offers for each microsegment. What we found extremely useful in driving large-scale actions is pre-calculating profitability, which allows the business leaders now, who are the command center leaders, right? in creating the best business case with clearly outlined ROI and then execute, right? One key step in this entire process is to ensure offer acceptance data is fed back into the models. So with each acceptance and decline, the models are learning in a way, making the models better and better over a period of time, exactly like how Tesla gets better with each mile driven. That's for the Tesla fans, right? So let's go to the next shift. And now we have predictive models, micro-segmentation, everything is identified. We are ready for operations, right? So the third shift is getting ready to actions before we go into the orbit, right? So this is where we are taking all the customer touch points, your contact center channel, your marketing channel, your field channel, essentially everything that touches your customer into a growth channel. This is a key concept. Again, our operational leaders love this idea. Call center is seen as a cost center, field center is seen as a cost center. No, it doesn't need to be that way. They can be repositioned as a profit centers if they're working on upgrades, if they're working on getting referrals, if they're proactively retaining customers, or actually helping in optimizing the price and so on and so forth, right? So in our opinion, we see all of these customer touch points as growth channels, which can be powered through AI-based shift 1 and shift 2 that we have discussed, right? One important thing to consider here, recognize that AI-driven transformation is a journey, and it's best for us to start with 1 to 2 channels. So in our implementations, we advise our customers to begin the transformation in the contact center first and expand to other channels. And the reason for this is very, very simple. It becomes so much more easier when an agent is talking with a customer in a live scenario for us to understand which offers are being taken, which offers are not being taken, gather a lot of customer feedback before we put a lot of fuel into the rest of the channels and grow them, right? So these are the ways in which we think about the 3 shifts, where we get to recognize a major milestone and then take it into the next level, right? So let's go to the next slide. So this is the good part, right? So let's look at a real world scenario where we take a real customer example. How did we do this? And what are the results? How does the results look like, right? Brings Home, it's one of our customers. We implemented all the shifts and the ideas we discussed on this, the last few slides. They have about 1 million customers. They operate within USA and Canada. They have about 600 customer-facing employees in their call center. It's a 24/7 call center. They handle about 3 million calls. Again, before WASIC transformation, call center is seen as a cost center. How do we reduce the cost, and so on and so forth? There is always a pressure, but we implemented predictive models that are identifying the targets for retention, the targets for upgrades, the targets for conversion, the targets for price increase, so on and so forth. And over the years, we help them turn these into profit centers, first starting in the contact center and then expanding into the marketing channel. And the value realized is amazing. We are keeping it simple by saying it 100 million plus, but it's far more than that. And we achieved this within the first year was fully operationalizing all these things, generating more than $10-20 million of value. Now the steady state after 3-4 years is easily more than $100 million of value, right? So let's go to the next slide. I'm going to just recap this one and summarize this for everyone. In our opinion, any recurring revenue business can apply AI to transform their customer analytics by following these 3 shifts. Shift 1, use multiple predictive models to create microsegments. The key idea, think about multiple use cases with existing customers. It doesn't need to be with new customers. Shift 2, pre-identify profitable offers for each microsegment and empower the frontline team. And third and final shift is turn your cost centers or contact center and field channel and marketing channel into growth channels by enabling them with AI. With this, I'll pass it to Doug.
Okay, hello everyone. We transform the way businesses deal with customer churn. For example, we move them from a reactive and fragmented approach to a proactive, life cycle-based approach that drives growth opportunities. On the left side of the slide, we find that 95% or more of companies are reactive when it comes to addressing customer churn, often using just one static model and maybe one or two BI people. Conventional customer retention is reactive and is focused on, as we all know, end of term cancellations. Look, customers, myself included, we don't decide to cancel services overnight. And traditional approaches, in our experience, miss early warning churn signals. Conventional customer retention, it's expensive. And what I mean by that is when a customer calls to cancel, it's probably too late. And companies end up giving expensive offers in an attempt to retain, guess what? Unhappy customers. And the result is a rapidly aging and dissatisfied customer base that pays less, needs higher service costs, and adversely affects your business growth. On the other hand, on the right side of this slide, Vosic offers a proactive approach. Our AI machine learning engines are continuously monitoring your entire customer base for 200 plus risk predictors. We provide customer level intelligence with dynamic predictions through, as Vasu explained earlier, very detailed micro-segmentation. Our solution enables omni-channel retention with millions of AI-enabled actions through risk-aware touch points. Regardless of the channel, we flag top customers who are exhibiting risk signals in real time, and we proactively engage with at-risk customers to mitigate customer churn. So as Vas, just to kind of pick up on Brinks and some of our other success stories, these are some examples of our customers and the value we drive in their organization. We accomplish this by combining a highly intelligent platform and a growing list of business applications, and a proven portfolio of machine learning models and business consulting services led by Vasu and his team that contain senior business leaders and PhDs with patents. Our customers tell us we have created a unique end-to-end solution that has helped them realize significant business impact. And it all started at ADT some 10 or 11 years ago, where we drove $500 million in customer lifetime value. And most recently, we're doing some incredible things with Aptiv, one of the leading pest control companies that's resulted in $30 million in customer lifetime value. Over back to you, Brandon.
So thank you, everyone, for joining us on this insightful journey. We've embarked on our mission to unlock growth for subscription businesses, much like that rocket launching towards the stars. We hope you find this discussion today valuable. And as we wrap up today's webinar and move into the Q&A session, we'd like to invite you to continue the conversation with us. If you have questions or would like more information on how to fuel your growth and would like to do that offline, please don't hesitate to reach out. You can reach out to any of the three of us on LinkedIn. We'd be happy to connect with you. We'll probably be reaching out directly to you on LinkedIn if we see that you've registered for this webinar, and look forward to having that discussion. A special thank you for your attendance today. All of our attendees will receive a free ebook entitled A 3-Step Action Plan. We'd love to meet with any of you to conduct a maturity assessment of your current retention program. And to further propel your business towards success, we're offering an exclusive deal through the end of May, which is a 50% off our normal subscription as service fees for the first year. So let's continue working together to elevate our subscription businesses to new heights. Before we conclude our session, let's open the floor for Q&A. You have a Q&A option in Zoom where you can ask questions. If you have questions or need clarifications, please submit them there. Your questions and feedback are invaluable to us. We're eager to address any concerns or thoughts you may have. So let's work together. So a few questions that we've got here. Let's see. So first one, how do you determine the right micro segments for each customer? And how often do you reassess or adjust these segments as the customer's behavior changes? Vasu, do you want to field that one?
Yeah, so good one. Micro segments, it's a key enabler, right? So this is where, we already know which customer is targeted for which type of offer instead of broad brush, everybody targeted for referrals, everybody targeted for retention, all of that. The way we think about this is every day the models can learn from the data that happened yesterday. It's the referrals yesterday, it's the calls yesterday, it's the cancellations and the cancellation reasons yesterday. So one dimension is score the customers on all these predictive model scores. as of yesterday's data. And then the second dimension is, think of this like a matrix. The second dimension is the lifetime value of the customer. So essentially, if you have 1 million customers, you want to think about this as 50,000 customers or 25,000 customers targeted for different use cases. And now you no longer have to look at all the entire customer base as one target, right? So everybody gets different targets, and they will keep on changing. Sometimes it can change within a day or two. Sometimes it automatically changes within a month or 2 months as they qualify for referral to retention to upgrade to something else.
Terrific. Okay, next question we have here. How complex is the process of integrating your solution with our existing systems and processes? Are there any compatibility issues we should be aware of, and what kind of support do you offer during the integration process? I have some thoughts on that one. Vasu, do you want to start off and I can finish?
Why don't you go for it, Brandon? Okay. I'll add anything else. Yeah.
So integrating our solution, we try to avoid the word integrating because we aren't, a lot of the data that we're going to gather, we're going to export from your systems and it's going to come into ours. So we really don't have here's the exact data fields you need to provide us. We'll come in a very consultative approach with each of our clients, understand what data is available, what data do you think has a signal that's important to your customers' churn predictions. We can certainly share what data we've seen in the past has been predictive and work with you to export that data into our system and to start creating our models. Once we've done our initial download of that data, we'll then work with your data science team or your business intelligence team or whoever it is generating reports. And we will then automate that data being pushed one direction on a regular basis so that we can continually update the models. Our dashboard that your frontline agents can use, we have a turnkey one that you can use on day one, that you can have it side by side. It's web-based. It certainly is available through APIs to be integrated into your existing CRM or contact center solutions, but that's not a necessity. And in fact, we usually tell our clients, don't do that on day one. Figure out what data is valuable to you, and you'll know when it's time to do that. And you feel that it's a priority to be able to invest your own internal resources to start integrating some of that data into your existing dashboards. We can launch our existing solution usually within 100 days of engaging with a client and have it working with your frontline agents within 100 days and beginning to add value. Vasu, anything you'd add?
No, I think that's perfect. It's as long as the browser is available, we're ready for actions. Typically, that's typically the start, right? So, and usually it's not a tight integration. So well said, Brandon. Thank you.
And I'll add too that we are a partner. We're not like some of the other software companies out there that are going to dump software and say, good luck, figure it out. And once it's integrated, give us a call. We're happy to charge you for service. We are with you as a partner, not only with the software, but as consultants. And we are always there with regular meetings with your frontline team to look at the data, to look at potential opportunities to expand into other channels, to look for other low-hanging fruit in order to increase your customer lifetime value. So we're literally partners in that you would still see us there both on day one of the countdown and years into the future as we're continuing to add value and become a trusted partner for helping increase your customer value. The way we like the tagline is helping you grow your company using your existing customer base. Let's see. Okay, next question here. Can you provide more information about the cost of implementing your solution and the expected return on investment? How long does it typically take for a company to see the benefits of using your solution? I can answer that. Vasu, Doug, any of you want to field that one?
Yeah, maybe you just start it off. I'll add some color to it.
So we typically break up our fees into two areas. The first is a consulting fee, kind of look at it as a retainer fee. It starts off at $150,000 a year. Where that gives you access to all of our 80 employees and helping move forward your customer retention and customer lifetime value goals. The second component is a software as a service fee that is typically based on the number of customers. It's a per account per year SaaS fee. When it comes to ROI, our target is we're looking to deliver between 5 to 10 times ROI. So for every dollar you're spending with us, you're seeing $5 to $10 in increased customer lifetime value. What we're seeing is with our predictive price increase solution, that's one that companies are seeing value right away, and that they're able to see additional revenue in the first year that can be in the millions of dollars. With our predictive retention solution, we are planting a lot of seeds with customers, and as those customers don't cancel in the future, value is generated, and the ROI there is still very measurable, but does take 6 to 18 months to be able to see the difference in where your attrition levels have been and where they are using the solution, and also comparing them to small control groups that we'll put in place as well to have confidence that this is the solution that is delivering, this is the change that's delivering the value. Doug?
Yeah, I'll just add two things. So typically you'll see in the software business, it's most consulting is time and materials. We're a fixed cost. So exact from a budgeting perspective, what our professional services fees are going to be year over year. It's very, very predictable. It's not going to be some runaway cost. The second thing, in my experience of doing this with our company, and this is just direct customer feedback, is in the first 90 days, there's like an oh wow factor. Oh wow, I had no idea that this was happening. I had no idea that these are the reasons why why our customers are canceling. I had no idea that we had this gold mine of signals of early churn indicators. I had no idea of all this untapped opportunity. And then the last thing I'll add is, there's a lot of, we run into a lot of DIY customers, and yeah, we got this. And those are our favorite types of customers and prospects, is customers that have built it themselves because they understand the concept, and often they've kind of failed. And failing means, well, after 2 years, they get a new crew in there and they got to start all over again. I remember one of our prospects recently said to me, "Hey, Doug, I hired 2 BI engineers. They built this system, they understood the data, and then they left." And then we had to start it all over again. And so that doesn't happen with our company. We're in it for the long haul, and our cost model is very in line with traditional costs for very highly intelligent BI people. Back to you, Brandon.
Doug, you just made me think about, stage 1 completed, stage 2 and stage 3 not completed, right? So this is where I think, all 3 stages need to come together to take it to orbit.
That's right.
Yeah.
We started a few minutes late. Our goal was to keep this to 30 minutes. So we'll bring this to the end of our webinar today. We want to thank each and every one of you for joining us and participating in this webinar today, particularly in the QA session here at the end. Those were great questions. I don't think we could ask for better ones. We hope you found the insights and information that was shared today to be valuable, and we encourage you to reach out to us if you have any further questions, or you'd like to explore how our solution can help your business grow. As a reminder, a recording of this webinar will be sent to all attendees, so you can revisit this information at your convenience. We also invite you to stay connected with us online on LinkedIn, and keep an eye out for future webinars for more updates and insights into the world of customer analytics and growth strategies. Once again, thank you for joining us. We hope to see you again in our upcoming events. Have a fantastic day and a fantastic weekend, and take care.